Here's the thing nobody is saying out loud. The biggest AI story today is not a new model. It is governments discovering that they can simply pull the plug. Anthropic is trying to restore access to Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5 after a US government order forced both models offline. The reported rule blocked foreign nationals from using them, including foreign nationals working inside the United States. Anthropic said it could not reliably check every user's nationality, so it switched the models off for everyone. Now, senior Anthropic staff have reportedly gone to Washington to negotiate. And this is where it gets strange. The exact danger is still unclear. There are reports involving cyber security concerns, export controls, and testing connected to Amazon. But nobody outside the room seems to know precisely what made the government reach for the giant red button. While Anthropic tries to get its model back, OpenAI has been called into an entirely different kind of principal's office. Attorneys General 42 US states have subpoenaed the company. They want information about how ChatGPT handles advertising, health, information, children, older users, and the techniques used to keep people engaged. They're also investigating something called sycophancy. Sycophancy, as everybody knows, is agreeing with someone because you want to please them. And in this context, it's being talked about to say when an AI agrees with you because it thinks that is what you want to hear. Even when agreeing with you is wrong, unsafe, or completely unhinged. To be clear, a subpoena is a demand for information, not a guilty verdict. But it shows that regulators are no longer looking only at what AI companies do with your data. They are starting to examine how the chatbot itself influences you. Google has just received a similar lesson in responsibility from a German court. The Munich Regional Court ruled that Google could be held responsible when its AI-generated summaries made false claims connecting two publishers with fraud and scams. Google reportedly argued that the summaries came with disclaimers. The court's response was essentially, nice disclaimer, still your product. That matters because AI summaries often appear above the original search results. People may read the summary, accept it, and never check where it came from. And AI-created fiction is continuing to cause problems inside courtrooms too. A federal judge in Mississippi punished 4 lawyers after legal documents contained quotations and court cases that did not exist. 2 lawyers reportedly barred from appearing in that district for 2 years. 2 others were fined. AI can help a lawyer search, organize, or draft. It cannot be allowed to quietly invent a previous court ruling and hope the judge is too busy to notice. In England, the National Health Service is moving in the opposite direction. Much broader AI adoption. NHS England plans to provide Microsoft Copilot to around 505,000 employees, following a trial involving approximately 30,000 people. The pilot reportedly saved users an average of 43 minutes per day. That number comes from the program itself, so treat it as an estimate rather than a universal law of office productivity. Still, even half that saving would be significant across an organization of this size. The next development could bring AI much closer to your wallet. Visa and OpenAI are working on technology that could allow ChatGPT to complete purchases with the user's permission. Today, a chatbot might help you compare 3 coffee machines. Tomorrow, it may choose one, enter the payment details, and place the order. Convenient, absolutely. Also, a wonderful new opportunity to argue about who is responsible when your AI assistant orders 40 coffee machines instead of 1. OpenAI is also experimenting with an AI research system called Rio that can learn continuously from the work it performs. Most AI models are trained, released, and then remain largely fixed until the next major update. Rio is designed more like an employee who learns from each completed assignment. Its actions and results become material for further training. That could create agents that improve through experience. It also means mistakes must be caught before the system learns the wrong lesson extremely efficiently. Researchers have already discovered one way that can happen. A Microsoft-led study found that malicious instructions could be planted inside the AI agent's long-term memory. The attack reportedly worked in roughly 60% of tests and sometimes continued affecting the agent after normal protections were applied. Imagine someone slipping a false instruction into an employee's notebook. The employee forgets where it came from but continues following it for weeks. That is roughly the problem, except the notebook may be connected to your email, documents, and company systems. Using advanced models is also becoming cheaper. OpenAI reportedly reduced the developer price of GPT 5.3 Pro from $21 to $15 per million input tokens, and from $168 to $90 per million output tokens. Tokens are the small pieces of text an AI reads and produces. Lower token prices mean companies can run larger workloads without watching their technology budget catch fire. Meanwhile, Anthropic's infrastructure strategy is creating a slightly awkward family dinner. Anthropic is reportedly committed to using as many as 1 million Google AI chips, even though Amazon has invested $8 billion in the company and considers Anthropic an important customer for its own Trainium chips. The Google agreement could involve tens of billions of dollars and more than 1 gigawatt of computing capacity. Anthropic's position seems to be, we love all our cloud partners equally. Amazon may wish to check the seating arrangement. Google DeepMind has also reportedly solved all 48 publicly available problems in Frontier Math, one of the toughest mathematical AI tests. That would be a serious result. But the full claim had not been publicly verified by the benchmark's creators, and parts of the report relied on anonymous accounts. So this goes in the impressive but keep one eyebrow raised category. Google is also developing a skills marketplace for Gemini Enterprise. The idea is that companies could add specialized abilities to Gemini, such as generating reports, analyzing company information, or building dashboards, without creating every workflow from scratch. Early evidence has appeared inside development systems, although Google had not fully launched the marketplace. Apple appears to be preparing for a similar world where users can choose between different AI providers. Early iOS 27 software reportedly contains permissions and settings for third-party AI extensions. The feature is not active, and Apple has not confirmed which providers might be supported. But the code suggests Siri may eventually become less like one assistant and more like a front desk that can call different specialists. A new open knowledge format is trying to make those systems easier to switch between. The proposed standard would allow companies to store AI-ready information in a common format instead of locking it inside one provider's platform. It is basically an attempt to stop your company's AI knowledge from becoming luggage that can travel only on one airline. Minimax is working on another expensive AI problem: extremely long inputs. Its researchers say a 109 billion parameter model can process inputs of 1 million tokens while using roughly 30 times less attention-related computing than a common alternative. That could make it cheaper for AI to analyze enormous document collections, long videos, or years of conversations. NVIDIA naturally has its own efficiency claim. The company says its Blackwell Ultra NVL72 system can deliver up to 20 times more AI agent work per megawatt than its older Hopper systems. The result comes from NVIDIA's agent perf evaluation, so independent comparisons would be useful. But energy efficiency is becoming critical because the AI industry is discovering that electricity is not an unlimited subscription plan. One of today's more enjoyable stories involves a $100 thrift store painting. Its buyer used Gemini to investigate the artwork. It was later authenticated by an auction house as a painting by Scottish artist FCV Cadell and sold for $254,000. Gemini did not perform the official authentication. Human experts did that, but it apparently helped the owner find the right trail to follow. Claude, meanwhile, is moving deeper into large businesses. Tata Consultancy Services plans to use Anthropic's models in projects for banking, insurance, and healthcare clients. These are industries where an AI cannot simply say, "Oops, my mistake," and regenerate the answer. Security, record keeping, and accountability become part of the product. Rakuten also says Claude reduced one software project from 24 working days to just 5. In another case, the company reports that AI-assisted refactoring project involving 12.5 million lines of code took 7 hours and reached 99.9% accuracy. Those are company case study figures, not guaranteed results for every developer. But they show why businesses are willing to keep experimenting. OpenRouter has introduced Model Fusion, which sends the same question to several AI models, checks whether they agree or disagree, and combines the answers. Instead of asking one smart person, you're creating a small committee. The good news is that committees can catch mistakes. The bad news is that humanity has already tested committees. In video generation, Google's Gemini Omni Flash reportedly moved to the top of an arena leaderboard for both text to video and image to video. These rankings are based on user preferences and can change quickly. Still, it suggests that the race to generate convincing video is becoming even tighter. OpenAI also launched Research Exchange, a platform designed to help researchers share projects, findings, and opportunities for collaboration. Its success will depend entirely on whether researchers actually use it. Every empty collaboration platform begins life with a beautiful mission statement. Google researchers are finding a more unusual use for old technology. They are connecting around 2,000 retired Pixel phones to create a small data center expected to begin operating in the fall. The experiment will test whether old consumer devices can handle useful computing work without requiring entirely new servers to be manufactured. And finally, the enormous new Mistral model called Le Chaton Fat, the one supposedly containing 30 trillion parameters and displaying a giant pixel art cat, was fake. The screenshots were fabricated, the model does not exist. Mistral has confirmed that genuine releases are coming, but sadly, none of them currently appears to involve an obese French digital cat. Two ongoing legal and business stories also remain on the radar. Meta is continuing its AI leadership reorganization, with Alexander Wang taking a central role as the company tries to accelerate development. And Disney and Universal's copyright lawsuit against Midjourney is still moving forward, with the studios accusing the image generator of reproducing protected characters without permission. Put all of this together, and today's story is not that AI is getting smarter. We already knew that. The real story is that AI is becoming important enough for courts, governments, hospitals, banks, and payment companies to stop treating it like an experiment. The fun phase is over, but the adult supervision has definitely arrived. If you like this episode, do like, share, and subscribe to Stress Free AI News, and I'll see you in the next one.